foggy day out. Alright, so this is Work and Life 3. So I'm continuing my walk and talk series. I don't know, I guess a little update, something that's on my mind besides the work is that Gary blocked me on his GloomDoomBoom channel for having posted a comment criticizing, I guess, the lack of credibility that he gave to quantum theory. I don't know, I criticize him on 2 points. The first one, I guess just generally, and this is not from my point of view, I'm not a physicist. I specified that this is from what I've been taught from my various physics teachers that I've had. And what I didn't mention is also, you know, from, I watched most of it was a very long talk that lasted a few hours done by Richard Feynman, which is really the lead. I think he's dead now, but he was the leader in quantum theory, but very respected scientist. Anyway, and I said, you know, from what I've learned from my physics teachers, I just expressed how reliable the theory is taken to be, because it's something that has been it's been established since. Well, it's not something new now. Not like I mean, string theory is something that's more new and uncertain. There's no real evidence for it. That's purely mathematics. It's a more of a very, I don't know, very established, I guess, hypothesis, you can say. I don't know. But quantum theory, that's been around for a long time, and it's taken as, quantum theory is taken as a fact from what I've learned. It's been told to me by my physics teachers and by Richard Feynman also that it is, it has been accurate 100% of the time in describing the performance of subatomic particles. But anyway, that's not really what I wanted to talk about. Anyway, that's pretty much just what I said. I said this is coming from my physics teachers, which is why I don't really appreciate Gary saying that I was talking out of my arse, because I specified that this is, I'm merely expressing what I learned at school, and I don't think that he should hound down on me for it. That's up to him. But anyway, it's an expression of not really appreciating. I don't know, maybe he was angered at my criticism of him and didn't take my I guess where I was coming from into consideration. Because anyway, I don't know, I'm just saying what I learned at school, so if he thinks that owes me a block, whatever, I don't think it does. I have some time, I'm gonna circle back, make this video longer. So, yeah, the second thing that I criticized him on was I guess a one sentence, and you know, I don't know, maybe I should have let it slide, but anyway, he did say, it was with his whole criticism with the credibility of quantum theory, when he brought up that quantum theory is just that, it's just a theory. And I criticized him for using the same point, the same invalid point that creationists use when they criticize the theory of evolution. They say, oh yeah, it's just a theory. It's a theory that someone just came up with to, and it's just like whatever, there's no proof for it. And you know, it's something that's been so exhausted when arguing back against creationists. I'm surprised that Gary's taken offense by it, because it's just very clear that a theory it's been said over and over again that a theory in the scientific world is something great, it's something established, and that things that are uncertain are labeled, well, not uncertain, I mean, but like things that are lacking a good basis for consideration are called hypotheses. Anyway, that's the other thing that I said. But anyway, this doesn't, I mean, I really like Gary's videos. This isn't going to make me stop watching his videos. I'm not going to be indignant about it. I'm not that kind of person. I like his point of view. I think he has something very good to contribute to, I don't know, the discussions that we have on YouTube. So, I don't know, I haven't tried resubscribing to GloomDoomBoom. I don't think it would work. I don't know, I haven't tried it, but he did block me anyways. My subscription was removed. Anyway, I guess I should get back on to the topic of this walk and talk series, and that's really work and life. And I did really grasp once again what I was trying to get at the end of my other video, my last video, before I stopped it. And that's the thing where there's the other view that I can take. Sorry, my hand's getting tired. Use the other one. And that is the other view about these two conflicting views of whether or not I have this kind of responsibility that comes with the resources that I have, and how I should be really pushing myself to achieve and even try to really strain myself to meet the responsibilities that I have, and versus the, well, look, I can only work so hard, and that kind of a self-assuading that happens after failure. But anyway, my other notion was that maybe these aren't conflicting. Maybe they need to work together, and that, like, it's not an unrealistic thing that, you know, we have a maximum amount of effort that we can apply to something. And I think maybe, and this is kind of like the way I've been thinking. I've caught myself thinking sometimes, and that, like, I should be trying as hard as I can all the time, and I owe that to I guess everything that I have. I owe that to those around me that support me, and, you know, expect me to succeed, or hope that I succeed, and to myself. But after the fact, what happens, and I shouldn't be. I should be diligent, but I should not beat myself over the head for things that are in the past. As long as I was putting my maximum effort. Unless, like, obviously I should beat myself over the head if there's a lesson to be learned, like if I was lacking in effort or I overlooked something, I should be analytical. But aside from that, I should accept outcomes, and I don't think I should be haunted. I think that's the word. I should be analytical, and I should learn from the past, but I should not be haunted by the past, because being haunted, it just brings a kind of discouragement, and that just creates more irresponsibility when you're ignoring the present and ignoring the future because you're just so worried about the past. You're so worried about failure that you can no longer focus on the possibility of success and overcoming your trials. So I guess that's what this segment of the walk and talk for now. Maybe on the way home I'll have something else to say. Oh yeah, I was going to start arguing, using these 2 points to argue against myself. So maybe I'll do that. That's going to be entertaining. Maybe I'll try that on the way home from school. Yeah, that's pretty much it for now. Alright, so this may be a little bit of a detour to the kind of discussion that I'm trying to pursue with this walk and talk series, but it does loosely have to do with the subject of, I guess, the side of responsibility when it comes to the subject of life that I'm including in this walk and talk. And has to do with something I was thinking about just earlier, a few minutes ago, when I was waiting for the subway. Here we call it the metro. Some people call it the metro. Here is what we call it the subway. Anyway, I was waiting for the metro, and I was thinking about the sort of empowerment it would have to take for someone like me. I consider myself, and people consider me not to be on the crazy side. I'm sure there's a few people. I'm sure there's a few people that anyone would know that would beg to differ, whether they are insane or sane. I don't really want to get into that, but I don't consider myself to be a psychopathic person or someone with a death wish. But I was, I guess perhaps it was an exercise in thought. But it was really thinking about, and I felt it too. It felt heavy. It was a heavy thinking exercise that was happening. My body felt heavy, so I guess my body was responding to the kind of thing I was thinking about, or vice versa. I know Fred has talked a little bit about what comes first, the thought or the feeling, something like that. But in any case, I was thinking about whether or not if someone chooses to, I guess, chooses to throw their life away, let's say like to jump in front of the train that's coming, whether or not that means that they were crazy all along, or if that was simply a bad decision on their part, or maybe because I guess maybe what I'm trying to get at is like, what makes people crazy? Is it the crazy that comes first and then the actions? Or can sane people do crazy things, and by that, because of the crazy things that they did, that's what makes them, that's what determines whether they're crazy. I don't know. I think that's interesting. I've heard some people, some different journalists kind of talk about, kind of like dispute that when it comes to stories like suicide stories or like bomber stories, where people try to rationalize them being crazy or having weird habits or something, and them saying that, oh, these things seem to be just normal things, and just because the person did something very weird, we have the kind of need to rationalize his entire lifestyle as being weird, when you could look at them in very sane ways of interpretation. Anyway, so maybe the subject can bring me somewhere. But back to this thing about empowerment. Yeah, so I wonder if it really was an option for me, because obviously, as you can see, I did not jump in front of the train. But at the time, it felt like something that I could actually do. I mean, but I'm thinking if that's even the case, because as I said, my body felt very heavy. Immediately when considering that, there was a kind of surge of reasonings that came after that I guess gave very good reasons against doing something as rash as that. And I just thought about how I would immediately regret it if I did something like that. So I'm wondering if it's even possible for that to happen, because if it is the case that we are already sane or insane, and that's going to cause us to do crazy things or not do crazy things, then it would be the case that no matter what happened, I would have not jumped in front of a train back then, because inevitably I would in the first place, that was only an entertaining of a possibility. It was like a hypothetical situation that I had in my mind, and no matter what happened, I would rationalize not performing the action. And if I was already a crazy person, then I would have had a much harder time rationalizing not jumping. But I wonder if that's the case. I mean, people make slips of judgment. Very sane people make slips of judgment sometimes. And I wonder if that's possible for someone to, I guess, do something unusual. I don't know if that would be intruding onto the subject onto the space of discussion about empowerment or randomness or free will. Because whenever people talk about free will, we do sort of try to grapple with, I guess, the subject of randomness. Maybe because people get, I guess, caught up in this kind of excuse some people make for free will when they try to include stuff like quantum theory to say, oh, well, there's a randomness, and so we're not bound to a destiny. And I think there's a small amount of validity to that, nowhere near the amount that would excuse them using that line of reasoning to say that free will exists. But anyway, I don't really want to get caught up in that. I guess I'll leave it there for now. It's too bad. I think I wanted to make a case for one of those two worldviews. I mean, I guess life, work views or something that I was talking about before. Maybe I can start that a little bit. To start off, I guess I'll talk about responsibility, since I'm already talking about empowerment and self-determination. Okay, so what's good about responsibility? Taking responsibility for the resources that you have. Well, obviously it's an important thing. Maybe I should stop the video here because I risk going off on a tangent. Anyway, I expressed what was on my mind. Next time I hope to have something just as clear. Maybe my pursuit that I wish to have in this discussion will be just as clear next time as the detour was. And I can get this rolling